We just got the coolest One Piece villain so far. Oda just took the best aspects of Kaido, Katakuri, and Don Flamingo and put them in one character. We expected Loki to look like this, and in reality we got the most badass antagonist in the series. It's still a mystery why he fell in love with Lola or why she rejected him, but this is not the topic of today's video, because we didn't just get a great new character, but a great chapter overall. Dory and Broggy got new bounties for helping the Straw Hats to destroy Egghead, and their heads are worth 1.8 billion berries from now on, and it's really interesting because it seems Oda really looked up real-life inflation rates so he could get their new bounty. 100 years ago, these two got bounties of 100 million berries. Now the world government increased it because they are back. If we calculate inflation, we get that $100 in 1924 is worth about 1,800 in 2024. This can't be just coincidence, and it's really crazy that Oda even pays attention to such small details. Before we talk about Loki and his devil fruit powers, there are a few interesting details that I want to discuss. We can clearly see that Luffy doesn't have the X symbol in Egghead. We see his left arm when he grabs Kizaru, and this panel is similar to his poster. The X symbol seems to have been added by Vivi. As you know, he is with Morgans right now. Robin mentions that she has seen the X mark somewhere else. This happened in chapter 217. The Straw Hats left Alabasta after doing the iconic X pose, while Robin was on the Going Merry and witnessed the scene. She also asked to join the crew in that chapter. It seems we're gonna see the Straw Hats and Vivi reunion very soon. I wonder if Emu will know the symbolism and the meaning of the X mark, because history repeats itself, and Joy Boy also used the same symbol with the Iron Giant 800 years ago. For the past months, it's very noticeable that Egghead mirrored Sabaody, and Elbaf seems to mirror Impel Down and Amazon Lily. In Sabaody, Kuma saved the Straw Hats. We also saw Kizaru and Sentamaru fight on the same side. At Egghead, we saw the Straw Hats saving Kuma, while Kizaru and Sentamaru fought each other. After Sabaody, the Straw Hats were separated on 9 islands. After Egghead, the Straw Hats got separated as well. There's a big chance that Elbaf has 9 realms, one for each Straw Hat. During this split, we saw Luffy's 3-day, 2-year mark on his left arm. Now we saw a symbol X on Luffy's bounty poster. Both Boa Hancock and Loki seem to be cursed. Loki's nickname seems to be the Cursed Prince. At Sabaody, we saw fake Luffy, now we see a fake Sun God, Ace got captured before the time skip, now Garp got captured by the Blackbeard Pirates, and so on. If the Straw Hats split in the realms of Yggdrasil, I believe Luffy will be in Asgard, the land of gods. Zoro will be in Helheim, the land of hell, the one with the big sword. Sanji will be in Muspelheim, the land of fire giants, and Brook will be in Nilfheim, the land of the dead. During the Impel Down arc, Luffy set Crocodile free, an enemy that nearly killed him twice. I fear that Luffy will be the one who will set Loki free. Maybe he will do it simply because he wants to fight him. And as the majority of the arcs start, Luffy will lose to Loki at first, not because of the difference in strength, but because Loki will use his devil fruit powers to trick Luffy. Loki seems to be ruthless as he killed his father, King Harold, to steal his devil fruit. The late King Harold of Elbaf is likely based on the famous Viking King Harold Hardrada, also known as Harold Sigurdsson. Harold was exiled in his early years and fought as a commander of the Varangian Guard for the Byzantine Empire. Later, he claimed his birthright as King of Norway and conquered Denmark and England in his later years. So not only is Hyrden royalty, but he and Loki are also brothers. I now understand why Hyrden went after the Mera Mera no Mi. He wanted a powerful devil fruit to compete with his brother. The only concern I have is that Luffy easily defeated Hyrden in his Gear 2 form. Why does Loki seem to be so much more powerful than his brother? Is it because of his devil fruit? I don't think it's just the devil fruit. Have you ever seen a giant with a devil fruit? And not just a random one, a legendary devil fruit protected by the royal family. Loki killed a king without a devil fruit, so his haki must be very strong as well. Since he now possesses a legendary devil fruit, Loki seems to be the strongest giant for now. Remember, Broggy and Dory have bounties of 1.8 billion berries, which is a lot, and they did not earn that just because they're dangerous. They were inactive for 100 years. The fact that all of Elbaf has to prepare for Loki alone shows how strong he actually is. Luffy could feel Loki's aura the whole time he was in Elbaf. It's not confirmed if it was Loki's haki. Could it be the voice of all things? Anyway, I believe Loki has the potential to surpass even Kaido in this arc and start Ragnarok. I believe Loki ate the Hito no Mi model trickster devil fruit and became the trickster god of mischief. In Norse mythology, Loki is a trickster god who constantly causes disruptions, havoc, and even death on purpose. This devil fruit could grant Loki a few very powerful abilities. In mythology, Loki is a shapeshifter who can transform into anything he wants. He is cunning and persuasive, able to lie and deceive with ease. He is often depicted as having red hair and a mischievous smile. Loki can also create illusions. He is notorious for using his cunning to manipulate situations, often creating illusions or disguising himself in different forms to achieve his goals. Additionally, Loki can create fire. Fire is associated with destruction and chaos, so some scholars believe Loki was the Norse god of fire. Furthermore, the Old Norse Logi translates to fire or flame, and Loki is the Germanic root for flame. Hyriden wanting to eat a fire devil fruit makes even more sense now. In mythology, Loki was also the cause of the death of the god Balder and was bound to a rock as punishment. In One Piece, Loki killed his father and was bound to a tree as punishment. As you know, Loki has been adapted in different forms, including Marvel and now One Piece. Usually, Oda draws inspiration from various sources, and I'm sure there will be many parallels between Marvel's Loki and Elbaf's Loki. For example, in the Marvel comics, Loki was tied to a tree similar to his portrayal in One Piece rather than being bound to a rock as in mythology. The name of the comic where Loki is introduced in Marvel is Journey into Mystery. Adventure in the Land of Mystery is the name of the first chapter of Elbaf. In the Marvel comic, Loki creates an illusion of Thor to deceive him. I believe Loki will create an illusion of Luffy to deceive others. This time, the copy of Luffy will be perfect and could really trick the entirety of Elbaf. This theme is also very common in all anime. Loki may also end up shapeshifting into Nika like Bonnie did. Perhaps he will manage to mimic Luffy's abilities as Katakuri did at Whole Cake Island. If Loki is the trickster god and can shapeshift into Nika, the Elbaf arc may depict a Luffy versus Luffy fight just like we had back in Thriller Bark. Oars was also chained up similarly to Loki. Oars acted as Luffy while Loki acts as the fake sun god. If we go further, maybe he will be the one to destroy the Red Line and Madame Shirley saw the fake Luffy, but for now, that's too far-fetched. Or we may even see a clash between fake Luffy and Zoro, similar to what we saw during the Whiskey Peak arc. In conclusion, I believe that Loki will be the Hito no Mi model trickster god who will be able to shapeshift, create illusions, and create fire. It sounds like a very interesting and suitable devil fruit for a character with a similarly badass design. Also, he has no injuries, so why are his eyes covered? Maybe all of those abilities, shapeshifting, creating illusions, and so on, require his eyes. Loki's power could be like Hancock's, but it relies on his eyes to trick people. This is the kind of power that Blackbeard was looking for. I don't know if you've noticed, but Loki kinda looks like Django from the Syrup Village arc. Django had mind control power to trick Luffy into going to sleep. Usopp was the one who ended up defeating him. We can compare Usopp and Loki to David and Goliath, but after seeing Loki, it's really difficult to imagine Usopp defeating him. It's also strange that the Straw Hats did not receive a bounty increase. Yes, they usually get bounty increases after big arcs, but I think they caused the most damage to the world government during the Egghead arc. They destroyed an entire island, fought hundreds of thousands of marines, and faced an admiral, Kizaru. Later, they even fought the 5 Gorosei, and Saturn is dead. If the newspaper states that Luffy is the one who killed Vegapunk and destroyed Egghead, then Saturn's death must be Luffy's fault too. That's the worst thing you can do in One Piece, and it deserves a high bounty. But surprisingly, only Dory and Broggy received bounty increases. Even after Whole Cake Island, Luffy's bounty increased by 1 billion berries, but not now. The only explanation for all this could be Vivi. She asked Morgans not to increase their bounties, so it's likely she'll join the Straw Hats during this arc, officially becoming the 10th Straw Hat and might even get a bounty on her head after Elbaf. Maybe she became good friends with Morgans or shared some useful information with him, allowing her to avoid avoid getting a bounty. However, all the Straw Hats will receive huge bounty increases for what they did at Egghead and for what they will do at Elbaf. Also, I think I know the reason why Vivi will join the Straw Hats at the end of Elbaf. After the arc ends, Vivi will tell them the whole truth about Imu, the Gorosei, and Marie-Joie. During that time, Dragon might already make a move on the Holy Knights. We also don't know Blackbeard and Shanks' next destination. In short, I believe the next arc after Elbaf will be Marie-Joie, where Imu will be defeated, and after that, there will be a fight between Luffy and Blackbeard for the title of Pirate King. That's it for today. Write down what you think about this amazing chapter down in the comments. If you want to see a video about the Straw Hats' future power-ups at Elbaf, you can check this video right here. Thanks for watching.